Grab a drink. I'm like, hope y'all having a good and legendary day. And welcome to Grand Legends Roundtable. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a little bit, I gotta say. Um, and I'm gonna just keep it real. I've been really waiting and wanting to do the series for a minute. Um, but I really wanted to let y'all know about um everything that's going on and what happened because a lot of things are gonna be changing up by a couple days from now. So um just want to talk to y'all about it. So I'm gonna wait a little bit to let everybody get in here, and then I'm gonna start this up. This is gonna be an episode based on just looking at the facts, breaking it down, laying it all out, and really trying to not be confused. But that's something that is still gonna happen anyway. So I'll start up in about 30 seconds here. Oops. There's no way these are Pringles. Nah, they look like Lay's. Alright. Okay. Not close up though. Let's zoom up. Alright. Think ready to go. So I don't want to start things off with this one, but this is something that I for sure um want to talk about. But I do want to let you guys know that later on in the stream, I'm going to be trying out the Bean Boozled challenge. Yeah, so I'm just gonna do it because I got it, and me and JJ Orange were supposed to do it, never got done. Me and Princess Undead were going to do it, but there are different plans going on right now, as in maybe another kid. But that's a whole entirely different thing. So I'm just gonna I'm just gonna do it myself. I'm just gonna do it. I have an 8 today, so starting off with this Carolina Reaper, I highly doubt it's gonna be hot. Like, come on, son. So we'll see how that goes. I can't wait. But I basically Spitfire anyway for on music. So anyhow, um, so I got a comment on another roast track that I made, and I could not cringe more when I seen it. I freaking I just get a notification, right, and I'm all looking. I'm like, oh man. I saw the one word. I'm like, oh man, ain't no way that this was said. I look at it and it's saying gravity represented. I was like, who the frick? Who's that? And one person. That's how I knew the views were fake. That's how I know all those views that kept appearing on each of those roast tracks were fake. It just made it more obvious. And I know because I noticed that Bird Brain Um, at this point, I think I could just say him by name. So I mean, it wouldn't even matter. Um, but the reason I don't is because something I'll get into later. But he still uses the name that I never gave him permission to use. There's no proof nor evidence that I had given him something of mine, basically. He just kind of used it and just went on using it, and he still uses the thing that's mine. And it's interesting how everything always ends up being, oh, I don't like you, and oh, this and that about me. Everything goes to about me. But then he still uses that name that I gave him apparently years ago, and then he still steals content that I make either years ago or recently. And I'm not really, I'm not really seeing where he's coming from. He's like, it's like he can't make up his mind. He's also thinking that we're friends, but we're not. And then he acts way differently than how his DMs would show. But this is pretty much the last thing of this whole thing. So um, it's just when it's been 6 7 years and you haven't even talked to somebody basically, and you stop talking to them because of your weird decisions, and it was all good before that. That's when you know that's a bird brain move. But keeping it real, it's been how many years, and this is still going on. But he keeps talking about like he gets these many views, and he got this many people now behind him. And I look at his channel, it's obviously him commenting on his videos and liking his own videos. And it's a thing, and it's a weird thing because it's, I don't know, I don't even know why is someone that's supposedly so popular taking all that time on my stuff, and saying all this about me, but they're on my stuff how many years after I haven't even seen them. So I don't know. um and then the whole Call of Duty clan thing is like, bruh, grow the fuck up. um Now we're talking about that though. On the topic of that, if I don't get why he's still doing clans, because if we're taking his best work and clan related stuff in his montage, which is the 300 subscriber montage, that was, what was that? That was a fluke. What was that? That doesn't count. Like, what the heck? What the frick was that? And then that whole thing was just what I talked about in Reality Check 3. Is just, it was just 180s, or Reality Check 2, either or. Um it was just 180s, and it was just so bad. I hit a better trick shot on hardcore. It wasn't a barrel stuff, but it was on hardcore, and um it was a trick shot. I think it was a 1080. Um and it was uh, like years, months before that 300 subscriber montage was uploaded. I don't know exactly, but just comparing the two, I don't really get why that's still a thing. So if that's his best work and he's still doing esports, I don't know how the heck he doing esports. Unless he's been getting lucky this entire time, because there's no way. But it's whatever anyways. Call of Duty's never going to be as popular as it used to be, so people doing clans still is just kind of, they just look at Face Clan, they're just like, you know what? I want to do that, and I can do that. And it's not that I want to do that part, but they're just like, I can do that, and they think it's the easiest thing to do. And that is why it's funny when I see other people who talk about all this clan stuff. I'm uncredited for all the work I've been doing since 2015 with all the clan stuff, but I don't really want the credit at this point because of how like Call of Duty is just not keeping the consistency going of how it was. And at one point, it was the most popular gaming franchise in the world, and now it's just it was advertised to be a really good game in Modern Warfare 2. Most of us were disappointed. Um, it's just weird when someone says they're this popular and they have this amount of people watching them and this and this and this. How come they have the time to come to me and talk to me about all that? I don't really get it. It's like they're putting the numbers that I've already put together before that I have over 1,000 subscribers and and countless amount of people that have watched my content, and that's just those two. Um, don't need no social blade. I already looked at the social blade for each of them too, and it's the numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. But what does lie is the hiding behind spam accounts. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't YouTube have a policy to not go against or to not spam? For one, basically spamming content was already a thing that I talked about, and then the thumbnails are way too similar to be even differentiated. You look at one thumbnail and you look at another one from it doesn't matter when. They're all generic and repetitive, and it's sad. But then there's also the issue that I've talked to YouTube about that YouTube didn't do anything about him and his other friend that I'll talk about later. Not actually right after this. Um, have been hiding under fake accounts, telling me things that they wouldn't say on their main account to make them look good, even though who cares? It's the his only accolades are winning a fucking gaming chair out of 700 people. I did the same exact thing in a Pokemon TCG tournament and almost won back in Mesa, and that was back when I was a little kid. That was before Call of Duty. So if you want to compare the two, have at it. But I don't know if the records are online or whatever because it was firstly such a long time ago, and it would be just grueling to go look it up. But it's just the fact that it's been 6 7 years and it's about video games. But then he's gonna talk about being an adult. But then he smokes. It's like, bro, are you sure? You sure we're talking about the same thing? Because most of the time he's talking about something different. He's just making up stuff, and he's bipolar for sure. Um, and then the only time that I guess he made a response in the form of a diss track was someone else. It wasn't even him. And then that was extremely bad. There's nothing good about it. The flows were completely offbeat. It's like I was fucking listening to a Blueface All Black West Coast verse combined, but even the most worse. And by the way, two good artists, but um and then the second time around waits months and months, and then when he actually it kind of sounded like him, I could be wrong, but when he actually did respond, if it was him, and even if it wasn't, then of course he has other people respond for him because it's just too hard for him to do. Pressing these two buttons on a controller and moving, he can do that, but he can't fucking do poetry. And that's just impossible. And that's why I basically did a MGK kill shot on him. He changed careers. He's gonna change careers because he started doing music and then he's talking about something else, but then he's gonna respond in music. And it's just weird. Excuse me for a second. How can you critique me in gaming? And I'm saying you by yourself, Bird Brain, because all these other people will talk for him and respond for him. That's how I know I won. When other people are saying stuff, but he's not, and they're talking, when they haven't known him as long as I did, and this is all stuff that's already been known. But to base off the whole thing and kind of give you the background info, I knew him since 2008. So that's why I've been saying all these people that he met after and after the fact of 2016 of me chilling with them, the entirety of all that does not count. What they say, they don't know. They don't know. He knows. That's why I'm talking to him most of the time. That's why I'm adding him and mentioning him. Because I'm not talking about fucking diabetic that lost and now he's fucking still following me because what reason? He's just jealous. But that's again, that's a topic that I'll be talking about after. But the fact that I knew him for that long, and he wants to say that I don't know him or I don't know this, I don't know that. You told me way too much information if I didn't know. And another thing is you've been telling me new information in the DMs. It's like he tries to portray this certain type of person online. Like he's cool and he knows stuff and I don't know how to exactly explain it. But then when it comes to DMs or when it comes to offline or when it comes to real life experiences of me with him chilling, it's just it's completely 360'd and turned around. Excuse me for a second. Um, and some of y'all might be like, you could just be professional. You don't have to talk about this. You could just do other things. It's not worth your time. It's not worth your energy. It's not worth any of that. And he's just not gonna get over the fact that he wants you in his life and wants to be friends. And that's already like that's known for sure. That's obvious. But I just want to clear up whatever these random things from randoms are even thought of. And of course it comes from them because they're go straight from gaming. Their background and where they started from is gaming, and then they see my content, and then they're biased, and then excuse me, excuse me. That's all they do. So when I see comments from them, I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna remove them if they're not about the video, if they're not about discussing stuff in the comments, if they're just being there to go against guidelines, I'm gonna remove them, and that's why I remove comments. Um, I think soon is going to be a time where I'm not going to be able to because of what I'm going to be doing. And there's a lot of stuff that I'll be talking about in a minute that I'll be doing, but it's it's they're doing a lot of they're he's copying content, goes against guidelines. He's creating fake accounts and talking in my comments, goes against guidelines. Spam disliking my videos, don't doubt, goes against guidelines. And then has tweets about me. That's not on YouTube. But regardless, it's still in the same thing of the situation. But then YouTube gives me a warning for something random in my video out of nowhere. So I'm starting to see the bias between what's going on here. So I am going to, still stream on Twitch when I do. But I've been on YouTube long enough, basically since I knew him, and even before the fact. Um, and YouTube's showing a little bit of bias here. I think I could be wrong because it's around the same time, but I also think that it could be them spam reporting my videos, mass reporting my videos, and that's a thing on its own. That's cool, whatever. But between me and YouTube, I think YouTube needs to step up their game and step up what they're doing because they just feel so lazily done. It feels lazy. It feels like they portray themselves as such a good company with all this and this and this and all these things that are good to go on the platform for. But then when you actually go on the platform, and if you've been on YouTube for as long as I have, shoot, um, and you've been there since like 2006, 2007, then you kind of get a whole gist of how YouTube is. And when people want to talk about YouTube, it's like I've been on there most of its life, most of the time that YouTube's been on the internet. So have I. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. And then when people want to talk about gaming, I'm not even talking to them about gaming. You start talking about stuff unrelated to what I'm talking about, and they bring up just what I do and this and that about me and me and me and me. Of course, I'm included in this whole thing, I guess, if that matters that much. But I'm not even contrasting in certain times. I'm just pointing out the obvious, and if the truth hurts, then it is what it is. But and going back to someone that talks to Birdbrain now, it is very interesting, I think, that this guy was friends with JJ Orange for one. And for another thing, he just started talking trash on my channel. This is the whole entire layout of the storyline here. He talks trash on my channel for days on end, and then I invite him in Black Ops 3. If he really wants it, I'm gonna give him what he wants. He's a fan. He keeps coming back, and why the heck not? I'm bored. I get bored of Black Ops 3 sometimes, just leveling up weapons and going for dark matter and etc. So I invite him to a Black Ops 3 1v1. He talks trash throughout the whole time. Doesn't even know who I am. And changes classes. Has the heat wave 1v1, and then uses the excuses to get a reaction out of me or this or that. And then I beat him in the 1v1, and then he uploads the gameplay because of what happened in the gameplay, not the 1v1. And this is something that people on my channel already know, that and the LG Empire already know, that especially if it's this serious to them. So if it's that serious, then we're gonna talk about this. But if it's too impossible to talk, where you have to hide behind fake accounts, spam it in my comments, excuse me, um, block me on Twitter, and that's another thing that both of them did. They blocked me on Twitter, and they still use fake accounts on Twitter of all things. And I have a lot to say, but when it comes down to it, I told them my DMs are open. I'd say if this really mattered to them, then call me. I don't know what makes them not have the balls to call me, but if they cannot talk to a man, basically face to face, virtually most way, then it's real life. And I'm not talking about diabetic. I'm talking about bird brain. Knowing bird brain in real life, I highly, and he's so brainwashed to the point where he's just he's lost now. Like, he's going back and forth saying that I'm his friend and saying I'm not, and then now he's vaping. His mind is just not in the right place. So I just leave that up to him. Excuse me for a second. But the other guy, on the other hand, getting back to that, after I beat him in the 1v1, he uploads the video. He tries to make this whole deal about it. And so, as bait, I made a response to it as a joke, because I felt like doing it. And then he makes a video about that video. And keep in mind, these videos are hours long. Hours long. About him losing a Black Ops 3 1v1. Yes, you heard me. Hours. Alright? You can watch a whole ass movie, and this guy will still be mad about nothing. Just talking trash on a screen. And it's in reality, who's going to watch someone get mad about someone they don't know, and also about a video game? Who's going to sit there and watch that for hours? No one's going to listen to him talk when most of the stuff he says doesn't even have any proof behind it, nor the research that he could have easily done. For some people, research is just impossible. But else, just like in the word, is inevitable. But I think that that was sad, because then he makes another hours long video talking about me, and it's just cringe. I have quite a bit of information available that people can use research and go look at if it's that important to them. But it's too hard to go do research and go do what they really truly are passionate about doing and dedicated to talking trash. And it's something that the internet helps people do now. People are so um for lack of a better term, devoted to the internet to the point where that's all they do. Anything and everything they do is just on the internet. Hurry up, hurry up. And so because it's so important to them, that's that's what they spend most of their time doing. So it's sad. Um, there's not really much anything else to say. I did the roast tracks, and it was just it. You can't come back from that. And if Birdbrain wants to keep talking and talking and not respond, then I just basically made him change two different careers, music and gaming. And he doesn't have any other things other than gaming. And one of the things, if it was him, either way, it was about me talking about I game too much. Alrighty, that's a good joke. But moving on. Um, and moving on from that whole thing, I just want to leave things there because I don't think it's going to be, as I said before, I don't think it's going to get any more than this. It's a Call of Duty clan that it's funny because they're representing a clan that's going to be temporary and it's going to be there for a little bit. And then the next time I hear about it, it's disbanded and no one's going to hear about it ever again. So it is what it is. Kids will have fun for a while and then they won't. Um, and then hopefully they will grow up because it's sad that by the time I hit adult age, I was doing for the guy. And, even because, I kind of know him and he was a friend, but we were never best friends. All right. I just asked because, like I said, 6, 7 years I haven't seen him. Um, but I'm just hoping that he will move on from everything and work on the stuff that he says is so important to him, but he's putting me above all those things and responding to me or talking about me or doing this all coming back to me, but I'm not his friend. But he keeps going back to something from 6, 7 years ago over all the things that he's apparently doing, designing a game for some reason. I don't know why, but um, and this clan stuff, this esports, and it's disappointing to see where this kid's gone, and I just feel bad. Like, um, I'm gonna move on. I've said it on for sure now. No, I'm joking. I've already moved on, but um, yeah, I already moved on, so that's that, and yeah, I've I've been moved on since January, so it's 4 months in now, almost 5 months. So I'm hoping I can leave this behind fully now. But the next topic is kind of the main reason I made this. It's not the first topic that I talked about, and I wanted to get out of the way because I don't like that type of stuff on my channel, like that negative stuff. It's not the type of stuff that I would like for people to watch, see, hear, all that stuff because it's not important. It's personal stuff that people are taking personally and they're just hurt by whatever. Feelings are hurt because of nothing essentially. And I if someone that could just put two and two together can realize how stupid it is. I'm pretty sure most of you can. So it's something that I'm leaving him to go do and go have nightmares about and cry about. So moving on. Next era. So I'm going to be still making content in a couple days and such, and I'm still going to upload videos here and there. I'm gonna live stream and all, but I am going to be mostly going to be busy and kind of taking a break. Because there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to be working on and doing, and I I'm at a point where I need to start getting things together. Um, and I wanted to way beforehand, but I was just chilling for way too long, and I think now is the time exactly for that. So I'm not going to be, you know, doing anything more or less from that for that matter. I'm just going to be relaxing and streaming every once in a while. I would love to stream as much as I can, and I just so well might. But there are things that I need to take care of and do, and it's gonna be something that I'm really looking forward to. And although I really liked chilling for like 4 months or so, I just got used to the house, and there's other things that are going on that don't have to. And I've already addressed this in the why I don't work with Studio V kind of got into detail. Streams from the LGE show got into detail before. Um, so it's stuff that I've already talked about, but um, I'm not going to repeat it. It's just stuff that only happens in this household, unfortunately. But that's also something that that's kind of been bothering me, and it doesn't have to happen. But I uh, I just I just got tired of it, so I'm just or I I'm just like whatever at this point. Not even really got tired of it, but I have stuff to do, and all these people that don't do anything want to talk about how much I don't do anything. But then there's just a whole thing on the internet of what I've done, and then newspapers I've been in real life, and then freaking people that know me and that talked about me and my whole careers over there. It's like I got both of these things that people don't look for because they don't know what they're talking about. Um, but it's completely fine. Everybody wants to waste time with something. That's completely fine. They're choosing to waste their time and energy. Um, and I got to get a lot of various things done, and um, I really want to start doing all the stuff that I was doing, even if I had the gaming PC right now. But I am getting it fixed. It's in the process of getting fixed, by the way, guys. And because of that, I feel like that the time right now is to just get all my stuff, get it all together, and whatever I'll be using slash needing, I'll have out. And this is something I had done before, and this is something I was planning on doing. So I'm going to finally finish that up and do that. With all that said, um, I really would like to get all that stuff done, and hopefully these people can just go live a life. But I guess they don't have any. So I guess I'm taking care of children now. So it is what it is. Um, I mean, I've been doing that for like 4 months, but still, it's truly sad that children from video games are getting mad about things that just don't matter. But hey, it is what it is. If YouTube likes children, then I mean they have a whole kids program that has fucking disturbing shit on it, and they just don't care. Um, and then they want to age restrict shit, and just it's so stupid. Like just make a YouTube 18. I've already said about this, and it's just tiresome when I see age restricting demonetization and all that type of stuff. But then there's a kids thing, so why couldn't there be a? It's just I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna be doing something here. Will I be streaming today? Yes, but there's gonna be different rules on the Alrighty. Alright. There it is. Alright. So, what we're going to be watching is something that I'd like to call a series that I've done before while I do this. Um, the Goodbye Last Year, Hello New Year. Not like a New Year's goals or anything. I guess it's kind of like that, but it's really just something just to have plans. And so I'm going to be watching that, reacting to it, and talking about some stuff that I was planning on doing this year. And since we're almost halfway done with this year, I think it would be nice to just rewatch it and talk about the stuff that I had planned. And wow, that beard is not as official as this one.
Well, first off and
I
foremost,
mean, it's the same level of official, but
before I say and do anything, I want to bring back and continue something that I have been doing for a while, and I want to finally bring it back. And I have not done the series since, like I said, at least I've not done the series in shoot even years. I think the last time I did it was Goodbye 2018, Hello 2019, or Goodbye 2017, Hello 2018. But welcome back to a new series. Well, not a new series, but an old series I'm bringing back. But now it's grand legendary with the homies accent. So this is going to be Goodbye 2022, Hello 2023. Now, some consider this series possibly basically a New Year's goals type of thing. And
New Year's
I
goals.
never really thought of that when I made the series, when I first did the series. And you could say it's that, but it's more like just kind of recapping the year, the goals for next year, and you can say that's the same thing too as what I just said. But really, it's just to appreciate the year and get excited and hyped for the next new year coming up. Um, I don't really know all the details because I just really want to get into what I got written. I just wrote this like 10 minutes ago or something, and I didn't want to start the stream until I had this ready. But I was writing it on the last one. The last one didn't allow me to record Donkey Kong Country 2. I almost had to record a different way. Luckily, it came back. But before I go into that, of course, on my secondary channel, I am streaming the legendary Grand Entertainment Show. You already know the Grand Legendary Entertainment Show. And this show's been going on for a while now. I think it's been going on since, I want to say September or November. Made episodes, and this show is just something that I'm really glad I made because this is something that I came up with on the spot not too long ago, and now that I made it, it's just everything that I've been wanting to do. So with all that out of the way, one quick shout out to the show. If you want to go check it out, I play games, I do reactions, I freaking make music, I do behind the scenes on music and everything and all things on that show. And it is my main show. And if you are interested, go check it out. It's live streamed I would say daily, pretty much every day. Sometimes. Any updates, of course, are on Twitter at the except 10. You already know what it is and you know what it be. So anyway, about 2022, 2022. The whole year was mostly ups, more ups and downs, but I gotta say there were several slash a lot of downs that I learned from. Still learning every day, and I even remember some of them, and there's some things that kind of were whack, and sometimes that happens. Life is a kick in the dick sometimes, and that's cool. That happens. But it's not necessarily that deep to me because sometimes it's just a lesson, either that or it's just something that will just happen, and there's a lot of reasons for everything, but despite all that, I kind of don't remember them because I try not to, remember them unless there's a reason to. And if there was, then I've already, been through it. I've already learned from it, and I already did that whole experience. I wouldn't even really say experience.
Second hottest one.
But mostly ups. I can remember so many good things, and one of them for sure is the best of Luigi's Mansion 2022. And I'll get a little bit more in depth on that type of stuff in a second, or in a minute or so. And that has to be one of the best times RNG has done. Like Me and RMG combined with that series was just magnificent. It worked out so well. About that, but and even hundreds of views coming out of nowhere and thousands of releasing my fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh album, an EP, and a few singles respectively. Four albums and a few singles with my best name. An EP
It's
also.
not
I
even
don't know
hot.
why I forgot to put that in. But yeah, the Thanks for Giving this present for Christmas.
Habanero.
The Homies X10. I said it in the wrong order, but whatever. For Christmas to me, the EP, which was four tracks, one of them worked, and then the Homies X710 Islands, a legendary occasion, and then Legend, a vibe to remember, and then the most recent one from this month, which is which is um, Grand Legendary Amusement Park, and that just every freaking album is just so good. Every song, and I've explained. And this is my 16th year of
Where's the
YouTube.
part
This
where it's
is
supposed to be hot?
17th next year,
I'll
and
just start
I've
off
been
that.
making content for a whole decade this year. A whole decade. My first YouTube video was in 2012. I thought it technically it was before that, technically, but it got deleted. But since the video from 10 years ago is still up, I'm going to be going off that source. But I have been making content. So I would say it was around 2008 or something like that when I made that video. Because I remember the PC it was on. Um, and it was before Windows Live Movie Maker because I edited with Windows Movie Maker. It was before Windows Live Movie Maker, but it was just so long ago. I just can't remember specifically the year, like 2007 or 2008. It was one of the two. Anyway, but yeah, I've been making content pretty much since then. 10 years with the source still being up on YouTube because I don't know where the other one went, and 11 years next year. So I've been on this platform before Google and YouTube and just so many good times and being on this platform and seeing all the content that I've seen. Not like I'm not gonna get into names or anything because it's just with good YouTubers you get bad YouTubers. With decent content creators you get randoms. You get all of the sort and bad. There's also random. They kind of tie in together, but it really is just in general. It does need a little bit of cleansing, and for people being overconfident. A best of coming
Very true.
soon. I mean, I was considering doing it. Editing for one, for two.
I'm just gonna say it now. There are best of that are gonna be worked on for sure. Maybe I'll work on one soon, but so um, yeah. So till that time, it's pretty much just gonna be me cleaning up like I just did.
That's a lot of editing.
That's fine.
And I love editing. Don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't like editing. It's not even close to that. It's just doing the editing. I feel like takes way more time than when it converts and uploads and all that. That plate though, but I will for sure. Is when I did my first best of Deadlies versus Thanos when it was Fortnite. It was
Classic
it
right there
was
on the real.
it was
That's
a
a
time.
classic.
The games and things I've either previously wanted to do, whether it's for years or recent, and doing and trying and completing things I've always wanted to do. The most, I don't know why I use that word, because and when I look at it now, it's like, hold on. Which had before currently held the most subscribers and views. Now all my channels combined amass over 1,000 subscribers, but not yet 100,000 views, unfortunately. But that's just insane to think about. All my channels, 1,000 subscribers. It's more than a lot of people combined. Like that's a lot of people. Um, and I know some people that have been doing YouTube since 2015, 2016. That didn't shout out Shadow Ripper and even people that were in the Vape clan. Um,
That's funny because it was vape bird brain and now he vapes. But anyway, um, I do want to quote this for the previous topic. Um, the first topic I talked about. I feel bad for people that do Call of Duty clans in 2023. People stuck in years past. Laziness and unproductiveness has become normal. I love the gaming stuff, but man, some try too hard for stuff they don't know about. I was inspired, not jealous. I knew what to do since day one. And that's just the thing I was talking about. It's something that I was trying to get to the point of, and um overall it's just that. And then I'm gonna delete this post right here that says this was posted in January and I'm still getting cringe from people he knows or slightly knows. We in the future I'm taking advantage of it. And it was about the although I'm not taking the full blame for the 6 year situation because I've said it before. I did a couple things that I have made a mistake of because there was a certain point in time and I've gotten better since then. But overall, he's done way more worse things than I have, either to him or the people around him, and it was mainly to him. Um, and he's so stuck into the past, and it's extremely sad because he thinks that because I was how I was back then, that it's exactly the same. But I don't know. And he didn't even make it like he cared. So when I'm the only one who cared, that's why when I see him now and I notice how he is, and I've been around countless amount of people anyways, and I don't need to explain myself for this because I know people are gonna try to compare that thing right there. But it's not the same. I'm just gonna say it right now. He's mostly the same. He acts like he's changed and all this, and he's not showing it. But um, I'm no longer a part of this 6 to 7 year situation, and I'm moving on from this day forward from anything related to all that slash drama because we both have more to do and accomplish. And then at, I mention him, and then he changes um at because of it, and then the right decision is not the same decision for everyone, and that was posted recently. Um, And then another thing, insanity, doing the same thing with the same result, possibly with expectations of better results. Stress plus insanity stands failures. Stress from trying to better someone because of video games is definitely something to check in a mental institute facility for. Um, Silence isn't empty; it's full of answers, and that's why when he's keeping silent, it's I feel like it's mostly because I'm right. Um, And then this is another thing. If y'all really take the time to dig up old tweets obsessed much over attention because no one cared before, and the only reason they do is to be mad, and that's the only thing stands got in common. Leave the past in the past, grow up and do something. That's what the whole internet thing though. And then quoted from someone in a Twitch chat that I was watching. If words on a screen are offending you, get off. And then they rage and go mental in videos and Twitter Instagram DMs. I just said go outside. And apparently I overstream. If I overstream, then you don't enjoy it and you don't even watch it anyways, so why are you even there? And then secondly, you say overstream and then that I play games too much, but yet you're grinding for a franchise that people don't care about, the esports that people don't do, and the views just look at the views, bro. Like on the competitive Call of Duty channel for the esports. Phase, anything that has Phase, Clan, Optic, whatever, it doesn't even hit 10,000 views. We go back to Black Ops 2 in those days, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1. Uh, let's see, freaking even Black Ops 3. That shit was hitting millions of views. Millions of views, even on channels that aren't from the official Call of Duty esports channel. And now look at it. That was back in Black Ops 3, by the way. And it's and grinding for Call of Duty clans in 2023 to top it all off. And even the esports to top it all off too, because I don't see him ever hitting an insane clip slash. I mean, maybe he'll get lucky, right? He'll get lucky, but I never a single day in my life can see him winning anything in competitive. I just don't see him doing anything competitive, and I don't see it happening. Um, Overstreaming is the equivalent of you watching me and other people overstream, quote unquote. This is just the roast, bro. Same day they commented that. So what would that mean for you? Um, Dodging the truth. I've been told I overstream, quote unquote, because my content's too good while I watch the same generic, trash, boring, unentertaining people waste of a channel. And then I posted a funny video that has 300 views on it. Um, and it was something with him in it. I remember seeing that for the first time. That was hilarious. Just in the tweet from January. I'm walking my own path. Your approval is not needed. No need to no need to cut people off. Just grow. They'll fall off. I love that, bro. For you to see. All right, let's finish this
And
video.
they still don't even have 1,000 subscribers. And
Yep.
they've been doing YouTube since they did with one channel, and it's crazy that people still enjoy my content and love my content, and people just show the support, and they're just always there, and it's just I always love it because it's just that's just crazy. 1,000 subscribers. Um, but yeah, creating a lot of classics. I know some that I will never forget. For sure, one of them is the Luigi's Mansion 2022 best of, and just there's so many moments, countless, numerous moments that I cannot name off the top of my head because there's just that many. And honestly, every video could be considered a classic, and there's just so many. There's so many good videos that I made, and then I've never finished, but I had still played, and just all the content and everything, views and legitimate subscribers and everything. It's just at that channel, I just tried something, but now it's the best, and for sure, that's something I've always wished for over a decade, and just how long I've been on YouTube. I've been wishing for that for so long and hoping. It's just crazy. And I've gotten 100 subscribers so fast because it took me, I think the same year, um, that I started YouTube on Deadlies, I also got 100 subscribers. But it just I've gotten subscribers and views way faster and grown way more than I have on X Deadly. So it's crazy. I don't know how to explain it really. It's since I've grown way more faster, even though I've been doing that channel for over 6 years. When I last uploaded, I would say about 5 to 6 years was accurate. And just how fast I've grown on this channel compared to that. Fans, friends, people, and doing nothing gonna stop me. Ain't nothing gonna make none of this best stuff happen. Because you can't get any better than this. That's why I say best. That's why I say grand legendary. Because that's what it is.
Yep.
And there's nothing, no words, no nothing else to describe it. More stuff that I may have missed, and just meeting even YouTubers and other people at this channel pretty much since 2021. All you guys, for real, because this wouldn't have happened without y'all. Going
And
to
I'm about to hit 200. And that increases the amount. That's about 400 subscribers. Well, that's already obvious, actually. 400 plus.
300 subscribers so quick, and I have about 300 something on my most popular channel. Most popular, I say right now, because until I get more subscribers in that channel, I'm going to say that's the most popular. But with that channel having the most subscribers, if I get 100 more and I beat that channel, that's gonna be crazy. But I'll get into something close to that in this that we a little bit talked about in 2022, the reasons for that. But hello 2023, because Christmas Eve. Hope y'all are having a great, grand, legendary, epic, awesome. A lot of stuff that I've always wanted to do.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And the legendary grand challenges will come back. I did it on Black Ops Cold War, and I will for sure be bringing it back. There are some challenges that I did in the series on Black Ops Cold War that I wanted to do back when I played Black Ops 3 in 2016 and even before that. And there's a lot of ideas I've had for years that I will be make happen coming up very soon. And I for sure cannot wait for that. Um, finishing finishing the last 10% in games that I've wanted to for years, maybe completing some with 100%. Because for one, like I said earlier, I have most of the games that I've always wanted to do, and just a lot of the games that I wanted to do, and even some that I never tried before that I've completed, and I finished, and I'll be getting a few of them back. Once again, I'll be getting another one, challenging them, and right now played. Of course, if you see anywhere else, is just basically beating the game, going for 100%, like I just said. Have they're just straight perfect years old. Matter of fact, Metroid Prime is almost 20 years old. And then this one is clarity. Most of the viewers, and most of the people have came to my channel to watch this one series slash franchise. And this next year, because I got Ryan Campbell to still finish, and zombies is coming, and just so there's a lot of new things coming, but this series right here, I feel like is one of my most popular series that people have watched on my channel and known me for, and that is Call of Duty. Next year, it will be 10 years that I've been playing Call of Duty, a whole decade. I have been playing, grinding, going for clips, hit clips, going for trick shots, hit trick shots, not on hardcore and on Nuketown, freaking hardcore Nuketown and Black Ops Cold War, on freaking like real clips that aren't on bots, and more than a quad feed, and it's just it's been a journey. I've even considered recently doing competitive because I've always wanted to do that for 6 years now, and I never got my team, quote unquote, I never got the team to do it, so that never happened. And so I was like, all right, I'll just go in solo. So I already made a video talking about why Call of Duty isn't as popular as abroad, and then this new Call of Duty just doesn't feel the same. The Modern Warfare is way it feels more like a Call of Duty. It doesn't feel like, I don't know. I mean, it might, but just time to just like they're gonna reboot series, and why are they rebooting the series for one, and two, why are they naming it Modern Warfare and Black Ops again? Again, you want to make new games? How you gonna call them games you've already done? Anyway, that's how you gonna get people confused too. Um, Plus, if you tell anybody, oh, have you played Modern Warfare? Oh, yeah, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Oh, have you ever played Black Ops? Oh, yeah, Black Ops released in 2010 after Modern Warfare 2. No, that's the biggest issue. Of course, enough reason to prove why people should watch and enjoy and even see the skills that I've had on that franchise. So you can say what you want, but once I quit Call of Duty, it won't really make any sense. Um, and I'm not asking for anybody to say anything. I'm just saying that in general. But Call
And that was 4 months ago, and the last one I'm playing is freaking Cold War. So, because it just isn't the same. When Modern Warfare 2, like I think I'm done with Modern Warfare 2 also. Like I think I'm full on done because the brecci just ruined the game. It was fun at first, and then they put in the brecci, and that's what really messed it up. And I mean, shotguns you could say are the same in Modern Warfare 2019, whatever. But just there was no brecci. Like there's at least a tiny bit of balance between that game and then the Modern Warfare 2. Just I'm not gonna pull out a brecci to do decent. I'm just it was fun, but I'm done with MW2 and all of that. The last one I'm doing is Cold War, and then um yeah,
of Duty a whole decade, have some type of something. Subscribers is my goal for 2023.
1,000 subs. So I have 200. It's been 4 months, so it's basically because I've been doing other stuff. But um, once I get everything ready, like I've been trying to say, it's gonna be a thing. But I got a lot to do after I stream.
So it's not 100 million. That's not what I meant to say. It's not 100,000. It's not 10,000. It's not a million. It's not 10 million diamond plat. It's not a big amount, but it's an amount that I feel like can be very much possible. In the next a goal that I've been wanting to do for years and years and years to get a million in one day. What the? Anyway, finishing the last 10% games, as I said, even playing new games and doing new things in series. There's a lot of new things that can be done and that will be done, and a lot of series. And was a little bit, I don't know. I don't really get what's going on with them still for another year. That's 2022. I already because of all the stuff really the beginning, and then 2022 is seriously the beginning. And one of y'all for supporting the channel and thirsty. Anyway, so yeah, that's gonna do it for this video that I brought back. Hopefully, I won't see this video anywhere else on YouTube, and it done shitty and it done unfunny
True.
and entertaining wise, because I don't really want that to be done. Because if this series is done, make sure you do it good and do it right. And anybody that copies a name should not be doing it. And names that I never gave them should not be doing this series. But with all that said, I really hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, take care, have a legendary day. Have a grand legendary day. And thank you all so much for coming to this video. And I do, again, appreciate every single one of y'all that's been supporting the channel. We're at 300 subscribers overall right now. And we still growing. We still growing. But next year,
Oh, I have
it's
400
gonna be
now.
so good. It's gonna be so good. So that's gonna do it for this one. And see you guys in the next one. It's been your boy, the homies Excellent Tim, and Legendary Grand Audience, Legendary Grand Empire.
Well, I thought I was gonna have some stuff to say about the video, but apparently, all right.
When I did, I'll knock your lights out. This last time, cloud. Yo, first a couple bag of the plaque, she got a lot of that. The homies like 17 to give it to deserve. But I want to need like he floated, trying to look and see how happy start sounding like a sunbird. Body slash trash bag, I stand in, double that, full attitude, drop a deuce on the full of penny. This my words that I juice from my stomach. Yeah, honey, day, I swear to God, I think I say, so God, got it. Hold up, where my GBA keys? Hey, let's got it, we're wrong first.
Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to do right now, and I really wanted to talk about all this stuff. Um, and where is my series of all of these? Because I should have one. And the fact that I'm don't, it looks like I don't like that. Why is it episode 2 only? What is this?
I am in real life. It's exact same. Nothing's over exaggerated. Nothing. The only time it was somewhat different is during X Deadlies because I was an over exaggerated version of myself, and I'm not gonna like re-explain everything that I've said before. But you know, X Deadlies, the character was just the character I played, and it was that. Now I'm just myself, and you know, I do whatever and be whatever on this channel because this is what it should have been the whole time, and this is why this is my favorite channel that I've always wanted to do for years because this is where it was supposed to be and what it was supposed to be, um, way before stuff because he's done that and career in my life and everything. Wrestling it's normally going to be around that long. So let's see what we react to first. Let's do the meme of the day. Let's get some good in the middle of the parentheses. It's pretty much just the video clips that I've already shown you. And I also want to ask you guys before I get into the meme of the day, quote of the day, and the question of the day. And it's that on every podcast from this one going forward, we're going to answer questions. So basically a Q&A on every single one. Now, of course, I'll do a certain amount of subscribe question, Reddit or something. I don't know. Wherever the question may be in the comments section, right in this one, also is where I suggest and recommend. And that's what I was going to get into is anywhere and everywhere you can leave a comment slash question. As long as it's in my mentions or where I can see it, then it will most likely appear in these episodes. So if you have a comment, a question, or anything you would like to say, preferably a question, if you can't come up with a question, then anything else other than a question, leave it in the comment section below on this video or the previous podcast or any podcast after or any video that I make, as long as you refer it to the podcast or ask me anything. It doesn't matter what it's about, it doesn't matter what the topic is, and I will answer every question on every podcast. And I'm guaranteeing because I go through my damn comments. So I don't know how that, I will spam me a little bit. Not that, when I say spam, I don't mean like do the whole shit, but spam me, just type it. So on that note, let's see what the meme of the day is. I played a little bit of Sonic 2, and I like all the Sonic games. Sonic. I'll do a video on my second channel, and I'll have it on the next pop. Mass D. Mass D. You know, with the period, the dot. Absolutely would be the. It would just be my Mass D. It'd be like, hey, y'all trying to go fishing or swimming in fucking alligator crawling in the water? Yeah, let's just all hop on my Mass D. That's my boat name. There's no cap. There's no other better boat name than that. Like, let's be real. The quote of the day. Show up on the screen now. Showing up on the screen now. I can't use my language. people begin to become successful the minute they decide to be. Um, that's for the most part that's facts. Me personally, I've been I've been for a while because I've been doing this for so long and I've been doing it on multiple channels, so it hasn't been the most successful because I've been trying to find it. And this is where it was at the whole time. The Homies Act 710, that's where and who I was supposed to always be. Um, and that's what I was looking for throughout every channel, throughout the seven out of the whole decade I've been doing YouTube, and that's actually crazy how I realize I've had channels longer than a decade on YouTube. But when I've been starting doing YouTube videos, I just really like doing it, and pretty much out of the 7 years when I really took it serious, I finally got to this point, and it took since 2015. Lethal Deception was the first channel, and then Shadow Ripper right after, onto Nightmare, and then all those channels to freaking X Deadlies in 2017, and then that lasted until 2021 or 2020, somewhere around there. I don't really know. I can't really say 2021, but somewhere around there. And then I finally found the channel I've been looking for in 2021, and that was the Homie Zach. Now the Homie Zach 710, because anybody could be a Homie Zach. So any Zach's watching this right now, leave a freaking comment about how you the realest, with a real Zach stand up. On the top 100. Other than that, just the June 15th or May 8th to May 28th. I think it might be May 8th to 28th. Yeah, so I just spoiled the next one. But that's the next one. June 1st to June 15th, because it was like pretty much the May vlogs. I started doing it then, and then it just kind of like, going out through the time. And I see the two vlogs where I had the official beard, and then the one after, I just don't have no beard and no long hair, and it's just it's crazy. But just the vlog, but put on the second channel also that I'm going to work on right now. And then I don't know if my trying Black Ops 3 on PC is still up or not, but if it's not, then I don't know. Other than that, is there any music projects coming out soon? There is one that I'm working on as of right now. That's all I'm saying about it. That's all. Just even though I just dropped the second album, which hasn't been on YouTube, it's legendary Grand Vibe Armory, and I'm going to hint what they are right now. You gotten before, but I Mario 3D World, and I get exactly why they make clothes now. It is fucking cold. Hi and hello and yo everybody. A new podcast. Fortunately got lost in podcast. Instead it's on the second because of completely forgetting that I had this video on the first. So what's going on with your boy? And if I had done this clip before, then you most likely will not see this clip, but really stuck. Like, it didn't feel like that's cool, and that's the origin of the name. And I'll quote this. You go to a Broadway show, and Hurricane this on the foot right now. GG. But LGP, the home
Well, I looked at the previous episode to see if there's anything to talk about, but pretty much nothing. So I'm gonna go ahead now and start working on what I was gonna do, and it's gonna take a minute, but it'll be worth doing. And yeah, so with all that said about this one, it's it's like, how do humans be so stressed and I don't know. It is weird, bro. It is weird. Anyhow, though, that's gonna do it for this one. Nothing else to really say. I'm gonna start doing some other stuff now, and I really hope you guys enjoyed. Um, I am going to do what is needed now. So I will see you guys soon. I'm going to be streaming some Cold War later today, so of course be expecting that and some Splitgate.